Hello guys. So yes, I'm Chuchu and I had lots of interesting reviews earlier on. Very interesting, very intelligent. Like people really do know their stuff. Like they are good. And I just love it. Wanted to elaborate more. Wanted people asking me why I'm asking that, but I just wanted to learn something new today. So yes guys, let's deep in. So the reviews. Why do people really change? Others a year, no matter how one pretends, you will always see a hint of who that person really is from time to time, and it's repeated over and over again. Yes, that's repeated. Yes, yes. Further, others also say it. Someone also said, womanizing smoking and alcoholism unless the person makes a conscious effort to stop, else nobody can help them out. Yes, it's definitely true. That's intelligence. That is intelligence. How does one change from alcohol? Unless the person wants to change. Yeah, guys, that's it. Unless one wants to change. It's just a period fact. Let's deep in again. The same person said, character defects like dishonesty, stealing can be changed through counseling and change of situations. I buy into that, yes, I buy into that. That's intelligence. That is it. I have some intelligence friends. Yeah, I love that. Let's move on. Someone else said, yes, we change if we see that our present way through which we conduct ourselves hold us back or causes us loss or harm. Our beliefs to change or causes us loss or harm. Sorry, we may be motivated to change our beliefs to a new way of thinking. Oh, I just love you guys. The vibes are good. The answers are on point, guys. Very interesting answers, and I love it. Others also said people change the kind, people do change, yes. The kind of stuff I used to like when I was 8 is different from now that I am 22. And that's the young version of what changes. I mean, you need to change, guys. You need to change something. There's always this particular something that you need to change about yourself. You can't always say you are perfect. No, it doesn't work that way. You just need to change. There'll be the negative aspects that people always brings in. You might not realize it, you might not see it as, oh, why do I have to change this? It's part of me. It makes me have the self-esteem, self-confidence that I move around with. But girl, brother, you need to change something. We are talking about what really is change. What really is change? Change is something that we want to. What really is change? We say change is to make the form or something that you have different from different from what it is. Like something that you have different from what it is. Or what it will become later. Guys, it's interesting, right? Yes, that is change. You always want to not only perfect to become something different, but you try to move. It's like a process. Yes. And another thought, change. You want to replace the old from to new. You want to replace something. Like using an old rag. Girl, you didn't have to wash that rag up. You just have to clean it. Clean it, yeah. And that is change. So let's deep in. Why do we talk of change? Still on the change matter. We are not just talking of lifestyle change. We are not just talking of behavioral. We are talking of even in political tradition, cultural, our own social status. Come on, girl, you need that class. You just need it. Don't say you don't have it. You do have a class, girl. You need that class to become who you want to be. So let's dive in. So we have this theological person that's a mentor who is called Auguste Commente. Auguste Commente. Yes, that's the name. And he says we've already moved from the two stages of change. That's the metaphysical and then the positive stage. I just wondered if there's is that not a negative stage? It could be positive that you think is someone could think is someone who have the thoughts that that's your positive stage change that you feel is for you. It's a negative change to him or her. Don't worry, we'll dive into that later. But yes, that's what Auguste Comte said. And he says man has passed through the first two stages of change, even though even though in some aspects of life they still prevail and is gradually reaching the positive stage. Darlings, yes, that's what Augusta is saying. Can we argue with it? They are well known academicians, I could say, and they have given us this. It's all over on the internet. When you surf, you see a whole lot, you read a whole lot. I like reading sometimes on my spare times, apart from music and dancing. Yes. So I don't know how to dance. Don't worry, girl. But I do have some steps that are good, and that's change. So let's move on, darlings. Let's move on. Let's move on. So when we talk of change, that's it. He is saying we have the metaphysical. That's what we have gone through. That's both body, mind, and soul. And we talk of the positive stage. We have these two most significant type of change when it comes to social systems. Social system, we talk of the dressing, the attitude, the behavioral, the political, the mindset and all that. But we talk of the evolutional and the revolutionary change. Evolutional is not sudden, darling. It is not sudden. You just have, it's a process. It takes a whole longer time. It's like a whole time. It's not drastic, darling. It is not. You just have to take your time to get there. That's earlier on in our review. One has to make the conscious effort to change, and that's a long term. That's a long term, although you can relate it to a short term, but that's a long term. That's when we discuss the revolution, but it is a long term. Example, like a womanizer cannot just turn around and be a perfect Mr. Perfect. No, darling, no. They take time. They do change, but it takes time. The person has to have the knowledge that no, what I'm doing is causing harm. The person has to have the motivation to change. Yes, so it's just a process, a gradual process that people learn to adjust with. Yes, and the smoking, yes. The weed, darling. I know you are talking of weed helping you in your that pain, but guy, come on. The worsened condition later on in future is going to harm your pocket. It's going to harm your pocket, darling. So come on, let's do all to adjust, do some changes. Just change, darling. So yeah, we move on. We move on to the revolution. That is sudden. That's a girl. That sudden change. That sudden change that you want to do some vibing in your room. That sweetheart will be visiting you, and you need that place to look somehow hot. You need that place to look good. Yeah. So you want that change. You want that sudden change. So you try to go to China Mall. Go to Akadeko, darling. Yes. To get that place, your room spec, get those fine artifacts, those fine interior masterpiece, those pieces that will make your room look different from how it used to be. It gives you that feeling. That's the motivation aspect of wanting to change. Yes. So that's it. We have the drastic change, that's the revolutionary, and we have the sudden change. That's the sudden change, and we have the evolutional, that's the slow process. It just takes a while, and with that skill, you need that. If you are helping someone change, or if you yourself you want to change, you need that time, that persistence, that's conscious effort, that feeling that no, I want to resist this, I want to change, and it takes time. Girl, smoking 3 packs a day, you can't just stop at a go. Liking to go to that club, to do that shopping, sister, you can't stop just like that. It will take time. Yes. So we are still on, we are still in. We talk of how do we change? What's the best way? How do we go about it? Change comes by motivation and a common need. And they say it's said that a need is an invention or motivation. Yes. And a motivation, a need will bring about that motivation to change. So you've seen someone receiving an award, you've seen someone getting those incentives, get all the money. Yes. So you've seen all that and you want to acquire some later on. So you try to learn or imitate that person. Maybe the person goes to work punctually, is always there on time, always at his or her desk, doing the task just at the goal, like closing extra hours, doing the extra hours jobs. Yes. And that's its motivation. It keeps you on your toes. You want to just reach there as your other colleagues or other person does. You just realize that need, that feeling, that inwardness to be something also else, something you want to be admired by those sweet girls. Yes. Those sweet boys. Yes. So that's the change. And we change to better ourselves in a way. It shouldn't be negative, girl. It shouldn't be negative. The change has to be something different, something positive somehow. Although it's negative, because sometimes you want to change, it might feel negative to the other, but you want to change to have that, to move away from that bad friends, those friends that really don't motivate you, that really don't adapt to anything in your life, that they will see it as negative, they will trail on those kind of vibing. But girl, come on, you just want to motivate yourself, you want to be well and up and about, and that's give you that fulfilling. It's healthy, that is help. Yes. With my health background, girl, that is help. So yes. And we move on, we talk of the impact of communication. Yes, communication brings a whole lot of change. Communication is not only talking on phones, so that WhatsApp it's no, girl, it's not only that WhatsApp, it's also something about your surrounding. When you get to work, how do you communicate with yourself, even your clients, your environment? Do you clean the place? Do you dust the place? Do you arrange things well? It gives some communication. It motivates you to even change. That is change, because you always get there and you're waiting for that cleaner who is always complaining of my hand, my leg. But come on, you could just clean that up and sit upright and do your job. That is what we talk of change, darlings, darlings. I know you've heard a little from me, and come on, there's a whole lot of technological advancements in the system, and that either brings a negative vibe to our relationships with people, with our spouse. A girl, I always send that emoji. Emoji sometimes helps better than the text. I'm telling you, girl, I've tried it, it works. The emojis works a lot. The texting can be calm and polite, but come on, just do that change. Just try to change. Change, darling. That's the word. It's something different, something motivating, something very authentic but unique. Come on. So just do that change. I love you guys. Bye bye. We'll talk later. I'll see you on the other side. Bye.